say she don't see that the child have nothing for me. No 619 for me. I ain't no boboli. I know that you had been around to try this stroke and some other man. I ain't taking it. You know I ain't taking it. Maybe you don't know who else to blame, but why you trying to give me the blame? I ain't taking it. You know I ain't taking it. Girl, you make your beauty turn you around. Oh gosh, used to be fly, your lady tongue. Whoa. I hear every dance used to get a play. Tell me, where the hell are those guys today? I say, no 619 for me. I ain't no bobo. No 619 for me. That ain't not my damn. He have a long nose like inspector, and a bent foot just like scholar. No 619 for me. No 619. I hear he shot like Peter Humphrey, and have a broad built just like Squeezy. No 619 for me. I ain't no bobo. Look at the trouble I'm in again. 12 months ago, we had a fling. Now you come and try nothing. I ain't taking it. You know I ain't taking it. You say the child belongs to me. Maybe it is a 12 months baby. I ain't taking it. You know I ain't taking it. Used to fling yourself all over the place. Going at such a fast pace. Hey, girl, there ain't no one could have cool you down. Now you're trying to make Randy eyes a clown. But no 619 for me. I ain't no boboli. No 619 for me. That ain't not my damn thing. Yes, the child look like Paisa D, kinda red and kinda ugly. No 619 for me. No 619. If me granny say she don't see that the child have nothing for me. No 619 for me. I ain't no boboli. I know that you had been around to try this stroke and some other man. I ain't taking it. You know I ain't taking it. Maybe you don't know who else to claim, but why you trying to give me the blame? I ain't taking it. You know I ain't taking it. Girl, you make your beauty turn you around. Oh gosh, used to be fly, your lady tongue. Whoa. I hear every dance used to get a play. Tell me, where the hell are those guys today? I say, no 619 for me. I ain't no bobo. No 619 for me. That ain't not my damn. He have a long nose like inspector, and a bent foot just like scholar. No 619.
This is not politics. Please don't forget. I'm just practicing to be a poet. Not qualified as yet, but have no fear. I'm gonna get there. I'm not in this world to live up to your expectation. Neither are you in to live up to mine. I don't owe no one, no obligation. No one owes me none, so everything is fine, fine. As I am that I am, I am, I am, I am.
And a special good night to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name's Sheldon Scott. I'm here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. Yes, indeed, I am that I am that I am that I am.
Serious.
Even some cassava in between.
There is a time
Maybe some sweet potato, but I am that I am that I am.
for the season. So man and man must reason.
It is now 7 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock on the Spice Isle of Grenada.
There's some more issues. Simple information I will use. No rocket science to get
And we're going to get into it early tonight, huh?
fine. Make sure everything is fine while I take you down a poetic line. Trick us with campaign promises. We won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain.
So come on, tell your friends, tell your family. Time to get on board. And of course, the phone lines will be open in the next 10 minutes. I ain't opening it before the next 10 minutes. But we're opening the phone lines in the next 10 minutes. All right? So the phone lines will be open. Yes, last night, of course, we did have the program, but it was pre-recorded last night. Tonight, I'm here. I'm in studio. You can call. You could WhatsApp call. You could, oh yeah, you contact me. Contact me. I'm in studio.
Now refrain, you now refrain. Yellow, yellow, all the way is what everybody say. Cell phone ring, man answering. Yellow, yellow, no hello. Teeth get yellow, house gets yellow, bus gets yellow, man gets
What
yellow.
do they mean last night's program rattled some cages? I mean, well,
We won't stay at ease, that's the way it is.
Linda Imelda Francois, good night to you, my dear. Susan Steele, good night to you. ShopRite Duncan, what's up? Elon, good night to you. Let me see. Mavis, good night. Yolan, good night to you. Sherry Noel. Denise, good night. Shawnell, Miss Gary, hey, what's up? Good night. Marishan, Olive, Jillian, Maria, Leonard, the other Denise, yeah, one of the other Denises there, a few, Maudlin, good night to you. Cousin Christine, good night to you. Cynthia, Shemi, my good dear, how are you? McLean, good night. Red Girl, Pascal, good night to you. Maudlin. Maudlin, where? What jersey you want me go and put on there? All right. Good night to you, Devon. Irvin, I'm seeing your message, but I cannot go and do that now. I'll have to check that out after the program. Elon, good night to you. Shawnell, Claude. Hey, Yvonne, good night to you. Cicely, sorry, I was saying Cecile. Cicely, good night to you. Leroy and Dwight. And Susan, and I'm seeing Norman and Lorna. Good night to all of you. Winnie, Monica. Let me see. Kera, what's up? Yeah, Sharon, good night. And Rodney and Marilyn. Marilyn, I think I miss her. Yeah, Dory, I'll return it. Lucky, good night. Kenisha, good night. Yeah, good night to all of you. Yeah, ram the numbers up. All afraid hour. Yeah, like and share. I want to see shares like that tonight. Don't just say it down there. Yeah, I want to see shares like that. Make sure you all sharing the program tonight. Let me see over on the YouTube. Angie, Miriam, Stephanie, good night to you and Tati and the entire home circle. Michelle, let me see. Wilfred, good night to you. Nursey, Onika, good night. Jocelyn, Dale, Carl Jones, what's up, bro? Yeah, Alcy, hey, what's up? Beavis, Lyndon, Veronica, I'm seeing Good Life. Wow, yeah, good life. Good life is good, yeah. Oswald, good night to you. And Barbara, good night to you as well. Gavin, David, let me see. Shenron, Henry, Faitlin, Halley, good night. Brother Watts, good night to you. Anne Marie, Alan Jones, good night. Let me see. Sherma, good night to you. Shenron, Kathleen, Matthew Bowen, good night. Shrajan, Deborah, good night to you. Listra, see you were the first in tonight. Cynthia, and all of you over on the YouTube, popping in one after the other. I'm saying a special good night to each and every one of you. Nice, yeah.
Strain, but you now refrain. So we've heard about
Yeah, good night to you, Joyce. I'm seeing you there.
digest that one.
The Talking Points crew, good night to all of you.
And
Antonito and your wife, good night to both of you.
playing alone. Maybe they're cloned.
Antonito, behave. Nice, right.
See a pretensive unity that will mislead a lot just before the next ballot.
Michelle and Roll, Chief Cameron, good night to all of you.
Grenada, I need some food. You think politician would trick us with campaign waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you're not refrain. You're not refrain. You remember in the Bible, God had a plan for Jonah to restore Nineveh. But who will restore Grenada? Is it the same Jonah? Lots of doubt, so I'm running up my mouth.
All right, so I've passed my magic number. You know, I never tell you all what my magic number is. I just wait until I pass a particular number of people coming in before we start the conversation, yeah?
Judy and Nansapine, with $1 million house and brand new car on the scene, while our hungry belly still grumbling. And you trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay.
Let me say a special good night to Golden and Vaughn and the entire crew. All of you that I met last night, I'm saying a very, very, very special good night to all of you.
Next election, not me stain that finger, because after we say in
all the viewers locally, regionally, and internationally.
And from the mouth of Grenada, only one thing I utter: the Congress neglect us. The Congress.
Yeah, first of all, let's say a very, very special congratulations to Team Grenada. Yes, our Carifta team that has gone out there and done an excellent, excellent job. Yeah? Coming back with, I think it's 10 medals. So Team Grenada going out there, doing an excellent job, coming back with 10 medals. Let me see how much, yeah, I think I have it somewhere here. Yeah, 2 gold medals, 4 silver medals, and 4 bronze medals. All right? So Team Grenada doing excellent at the Carifta Games. All right? And then you're hearing some names coming up there. You're hearing Sam, you're hearing this one, you're hearing that one, and so on. Pay attention, folks. Pay attention. Because if we do the right thing in the right way, these are the names we'll be hearing when you hear World Championships coming up. And remember, the World Championships, Athletic World Championships are coming up this year. I think it's around August or somewhere there. I'll get the exact date and location, but the World Championships are coming up. And the reigning champion in the javelin is none other than Grenadian Anderson Peters. 2-time champion. Yeah? In the javelin competition. So he will be in competition, God's willing, at the World Championships coming up later this year. And you also have Lyndon Victor. Yeah, you have Lyndon Victor is going to be out there in the decathlon. Karani James. Of course, Karani James. So quite a few Grenadians are going to be out there representing us. You know, I haven't heard certain names for a little while. The record holder in the discus, for instance, Josh Boateng, I haven't heard much about him recently. But I know he was ranked in the top 10 at a point in time in relation to the discus. Yeah, top 10, not just in the Caribbean, and not talking about on Earth. And so he was in the top 10, and in the shot put, I think he was in the top 30 or something like that. Yeah? So I haven't heard about him for a little while. But Josh Boateng, and you have Candice Scott and all these other people that have been out there. You know, lots of time we tend to focus on only those who win a medal and so on. In fact, I think Karani should be starting his season pretty soon. So we should be seeing some races by Karani coming up anytime from now. Yeah, because his sporting season should start. I'm seeing some people running some okay times in the 400 meter, 44.21 and different things like that. I think I saw, saw Van Niekerk running a low 44. Somebody, yeah. So it's going to be competitive. So we're looking forward to the World Championships. Yeah, and seeing Grenada on the world stage once again. Now, we've seen our team of youngsters on the Caribbean stage. Now we're going to see the bigger ones on the world stage. I know up to the other day, I think I saw Alan Francique. Yeah, Alan Francique. I saw him somewhere passing through the mall or so. He was here. I don't know if he's still here. Yeah. So we need to pay attention to what's going on with our athletes and give them our full support. Yeah.
Please don't forget.
So again, congratulations to the athletes, to their parents, to their coaches, and to their various sporting clubs and schools. Yeah, the Grenada Athletics Association, the Grenada Olympic Association, and the Ministry of Youth and Sport. Oh, you thought I wouldn't say the last one? I tell all you, we different, you know. We ain't them set of fellas and them they. No, we different. So we're saying congratulations to the Ministry of Youth and Sport because we here to help them out and thing to get to the Carifta Games. So what you expect us to say? No, this is a national thing. You understand? This has nothing to do with party and all that kind of thing. Right? So congratulations to all of them. But especially to the athletes and their parents and their coaches. You see that little group in there? Yeah, that's a special grouping. That does be special connection. All right? So the athletes, their parents, and their coaches. We say a very, very special congratulations to that grouping. Huh?
Serious business. There is a time for everything. And for everything, there is a season.
And remember, on top of all of this, the Carifta Games are coming to Grenada next year in 2024. The 51st Carifta Games will be taking place in Grenada as Grenada is celebrating its 50th anniversary of independence. I'm still waiting to hear when they decide that we're celebrating 50 years of independence and they're going to have some activities or do a rollout. It seems as though the people who are running the festivities committee and who dealing with the independence celebrations, and so it seems as though they are asleep or they're waiting until after Carnival to come and try and rush and put something together. It's our 50th anniversary of independence. And we can't be sleeping on something like that. Already, we should be having an idea of what some of the activities leading up to our 50th anniversary of independence are. It's not to say it's just your 15th or your 26th or something like this. This is your 50th anniversary of independence. And as such, there needs to be strategic planning. For instance, if you're going to ask, and yeah, some people will say I give too much advice, but I'll give the advice. It's in national interest. If you're going to be asking some of the countries that usually send, they send over a military contingent. If you're going to ask that, you have to ask that in a timely manner. You can't come in December and tell them you want them in February, and so they don't operate like that. You've got to tell them a full how much months in advance. Some of them you have to tell them even a year in advance. Yeah, because it's been a while since we've seen the paratroopers and all this kind of thing. And if you're having the 50th anniversary, you want to see some, yeah, we want to see something, you understand? Yeah, we want to see no parachuter do what they do to the late Trevor. Yeah, when they come and they fall on Trevor. Yeah, Trevor Tweets when the parachute. You can remember that one? Independence celebration, the paratrooper come right down. Trevor taking the shot and the paratrooper come right down on top of him. Another time a paratrooper they land on the roof. All kind all kind of thing does take place. But it does be nice. So, again, celebrations committee. I realize like either all you're non-existent, incompetent, or I just don't know what's taking place, because I would expect that you're already working on a theme and that we start to hear these are some of the things that are going to be leading up to the 50th anniversary, and not just in December or November somewhere there you hear, well, 50th anniversary, and you rush to do some kind of thing, and then we end up with an independence celebration with just people painting stone at the side of the road and do a little piece of clean up here there, and we throw up with colors and we say that is independence. Yes, that is an aspect of it. We have the beautification and all of that. That's an aspect of it. But this is our 50th. We have to put special emphasis on the 50th anniversary of independence. Yeah? Grenadians, wherever they are, they could be in Australia, they could be in New Zealand, they could be in China, they could be in Tibet. Wherever they are, they ought to know that with the 50th anniversary of independence, you're coming home. Yeah? And if we don't tell them early enough, if we don't schedule the activities that they know they want to be here early enough for, you're going to end up with a failure of a celebration. I'm saying it because I care. I'm not saying it because I'm looking to belittle or malign anybody. I'm saying it because as a Grenadian, I want us to have, regardless of which government is in office, I want us to have a proper 50th celebration of our independence. All right? So I just thought I'd put that out there. Nice.
Be wrong, but you hold your yellow conviction strong, strong, strong. So why not send them advisors home? They're sucking money like water in foam. And
as I said, the Carifta Games are coming. I'm hearing different talk about the resurfacing of the running track at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. I think that is needed. Yes, that's going to be a good one. I'm waiting to see how that rolls out and how that is done, because you also have things like the Grenada Invitational that I think should be making a return very soon. So we're going to be seeing the Grenada Invitational because, I mean, come on, Grenada hosts the Grenada Invitational. The Grenada Invitational is an international athletics meet with people from all parts of the earth come to Grenada to take part in the Grenada Invitational. So I think we could handle Carifta. When you have reigning champions, Olympic champions, and so on, coming to Grenada to participate in an event, an activity, the caliber of the Grenada Invitational at the Karani James Athletic Stadium, when you can have that sort of thing taking place, yeah, then I know that we can do an excellent job with Carifta. But the planning needs to take place again now. All right? Because I see some people jumping up like it's the first time you're going to have Carifta games in Grenada. No, it's not the first time we're going to have Carifta games in Grenada. It's going to be, I think, the third time that we will be having Carifta games here in Grenada. We had Carifta games here in 2016. And if my mind carries me correctly, I think roughly 2001, somewhere there, we also had Carifta games in Grenada. Somebody would message me and tell me it was 2000, 2001. But it would have been somewhere in that range there that we had Carifta games in Grenada as well. So we look forward to the Carifta games next year. I'm encouraging everyone not just to be waiting to go out and go and sit down, but those of you that can assist in whichever way. Even if I could assist, I'm willing to assist. Whichever way you can assist, whether it's the organizing committee or whatever, to make sure that we show the rest of the Caribbean the proper way to do a Carifta games. You can see some kind of things in that one in Bahamas. Yeah, it leaves a lot to be desired. Yeah. Thank you so very much, Vernice. Yes, it was 2000. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it had to be 2000, not 2001. So 2000, right?
Serious business. There is a time for everything.
I find you send that message like you was one of the athletes taking part back then, girl.
So, I think it's prime time that we address some more issues. Simple information I will use. No rocket science to get you confused. So relax your mind. Make sure everything is fine while I take you down a poetic line. Because we campaign promises, we won't stay at ease.
Yeah, so we look forward to the Carifta games. And folks, the phone lines are open, 440-7377. You can call us on the WhatsApp. You can call us directly, all right? And for those of you outside of Grenada, 347-329-3101.
And deception is a powerful thing when you lose your rightful thinking.
Also, we know that the rehabilitation of the cricket stadium is going to be taking place and some work on the Karani James Athletic Stadium. I know this administration would like to give the impression that they had anything to do with that. No. That was organized by the New National Party administration, the refurbishment of the stadium, right? Nice, yeah, just, I know, because I was involved, so I know, yeah.
Yellow, even green get yellow, and so says 11.
But it doesn't matter once it's done now, eh? Yeah.
Promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain. You now refrain. Old school parables say you know what you have.
Also, just one thing on the welcome ceremony this afternoon for the athletes and so, yeah, wonderful. I just have one thing to say to the minister. You ain't know nothing about running style. Tell the athletes, well done, everything nice and so, government go do what they have to do to help and assist and that kind of thing, nice and thing. Leave running style to the coaches like Coach Albert, who didn't get to go incidentally. Yeah, leave them thing to them and people like Paul Phillip and so on. Yeah, even Kwame and them in the Athletic Association, let them talk about running style. You know nothing about that. Not because you're named minister, I mean you know everything about everything. Sometimes you have to understand that you don't know about something. Leave that topic alone. Yeah, let the coaches talk about that one. All right, Papa? Nice.
Past administration.
Teflon Run. Yeah, you are talking to. Yeah, nice.
Past administration, chief of corruption. Then to economic recession, we can't give you attention. Economic recession, the cause of poverty in the land. Economic recession, no employment for the...
Yeah, so last night, we were speaking about the hospital project. Yeah, hospital project and hotel casino project, because as we've been saying to you for an extended period of time, there is a move on to remove the general hospital from the present location. Yeah. To move the general hospital from the present location. And that is being done. Yeah, they're trying to do that because they have need for the area that they, yeah. Ask them if they have any idea of what is going to take place. When you get a chance to actually question them, that is, ask them if they have any idea of what they're going to do with the area that the general hospital is now. Yeah? If it's just going to be a case that you're just moving the hospital to another location, or if there is a plan for the area that the general hospital is at right now. And look, I'm seeing, I was going to get onto that topic, but somebody just brought something to my attention. They said this would have actually been the fourth time, because yes, we were supposed to have a Carifta Games back in 2010. Grenada was in the running to host the Carifta Games back in 2010. And we had to give it up because certain people didn't want to build a stadium. So you see, the NNP had to come in. In fact, I was listening to a program this morning and somebody call in and say, thanks to Patrick Simmons, for building it, for signing it. In fact, let me show you something. They say Patrick Simmons, who signed the deal for the National Stadium. You know? Yeah. So I heard a call on a program this morning, and they were saying that Patrick Simmons signed the deal for the Athletic Stadium. That fella ain't look like Patrick Simmons did. No, that ain't look like he at all. I mean, I think I know that guy. He didn't put his signature. No, that was the PS in the Ministry of Sports at the point in time, Mrs. Vida Victor Bruno. She was the one that put her signature, but the exchange of documents there. I think I know that fella in that suit there. Yeah, he does look a little different these days. But I know that guy. That is not Mr. Patrick Simmons. No, that is not Patos. Something wrong there. I mean, we have a call online. Good night.
Hey, good night, brother Sheldon.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm okay, man. Okay.
All right, go right ahead.
Well, Sheldon, I say congratulations to the Caribbean team for making us proud once again. All right? And because, see, when you have a government vision also that seems to be able to build a national stadium for the Grenada athletes to train, that help them. And so see all that, it give them the motivation and the urge to be successful and to make us proud again. Right? I want to say congratulations to the athletes, the parents, and the Ministry of Youth, the Ministry of Sports. Right? You know, no matter who government there, when something good, we have to congratulate. Give congratulations to who is due to. And Brother Sheldon, I want to ask a question. You there? Hello?
Yes, I'm listening to you.
I want to ask a question to the Grenada people. Before the 2020 election is 23rd of June, are we much better off now than before? I'd ask the question, I want we Grenada people to sit down and to analyze, to see if we are much better off to know, or if we were much better off before. And I know the answer, but I want to answer the question, but I just show the answer. And we know, when you look at what is going on in the country, nothing is done to help cushion the high cost of living in Grenada, to make people's life better. But what we see the opposite. Right? A government that is there only helping those who have already, and forgetting those that really looking for them to help them and to make your life better. So, Mr. Brother Sheldon, that's this evening.
All right, thank you. Yes, indeed, 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. So, yeah, I'm asking, you know, what? I want to know, but I'm trying to find out what's going on there because, I mean, I hear they call and say, congratulations to Mr. Patrick Simmons for the stadium. Yeah, only want to hear about stadium. Let me load that. You know what? Before I go to hospital, let me talk about stadium a little bit. Yeah, only want to hear about stadium. Let me talk about stadium a little bit. Yeah, let me play something.
As a former coach, man. As a former coach, and as a parent of many, I welcome the National Stadium. In fact, Mr. Speaker, I know, and I firmly believe that the National Stadium, or the vision for the National Stadium, was not the vision of the Ministry of Sports. It was the vision of the former Prime Minister, because of his love for the sport of cricket. And he felt that that was one way in which he could have given back to the sport. In fact, Mr. Speaker, if I had my own way, I have no problems in naming that stadium after him, because I think he deserves it. He deserves it. Great vision. But at the same time, Mr. Speaker, there was no need for this massive structure. That is the issue. And Mr. Speaker, they were about to make the same mistake again. They were about to make the same mistake again with the athletic stadium. But we are happy for July 8, 2008, which actually put a stop to it.
Yeah, I mean, they was happy to put a stop to the athletic stadium, and then they couldn't host the well, they was hosting intercall in it, but they couldn't host the Carifta games. No, that the stadium they break down, Ivan pass and mash it up in 2004. All right, and in 2005, the Chinese promised houses and stadia for the people of Grenada to rebuild the two. Yeah, but then you had all kind of stories. I know some of you have heard these things before, but before we go into the next one, let's take this call. Hello, good night.
Sheldon.
Hi, good night.
Good night. How are you?
I know that voice, man.
Yeah, I know you know that voice. Play test with me. Listen to me. I had so much things to tell you, but I understand a lot of people talking to you. But what I want to tell you tonight, are you going to the in-house meeting tomorrow?
In-house meeting tomorrow.
I wonder if it's in-house, so they call it. But let me tell you, there is a meeting in Corinth tomorrow afternoon. I think between 6 and 6:30 by the Minister for the Attorney General.
Oh.
And Minister of Labor. They're talking about something about workers.
Oh,
and
okay.
Everybody they could talk.
That's on the minimum wage, the discussions on the minimum wage.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
You know about that meeting tomorrow?
I know they said they were having one in St. David. I didn't know it was actually there.
Government school. I think 6:30 p.m.
Okay, great.
So I said, let me call you and
I would encourage people to go. Yeah, I would exactly. I'm not, as I said, we're different. And I would encourage people to go there. In fact, I listened to the first one, and I must say, the discussion was a healthy one. I think that people came out and they gave their views. You had business people that came out and gave their views in relation to it. You had different categories of workers. I heard some of the caregivers spoke on it, and I think it was a healthy discussion. I don't have a problem telling people attend it because it's something in the national interest. So I would encourage anybody to go.
I know.
Yeah.
Listen, one last point to make because other people want to talk.
No, I ain't talked to you for years. Talk.
You were talking recently about the money business, how you pay the salaries.
Yeah, the bi-monthly.
It will be cheaper and whatever it is. And you pay your loan faster. That is not true. Listen, let me give you a joke. Before I almost finished my job, I got some money and I went to pay people on them to pay off my loan over $4,000-$5,000. And the people asked me, "Are you mad?" No, we're not accepting it. You understand? They say they're not accepting it. So they tell me, keep your money, we'll take it back every month as usual.
Yeah.
Even though you're paying fortnightly, you can't pay faster. The same amount of money you'll be paying.
Of course.
So I said, I wanted to call you since last week and tell you that.
But man, me and you should talk directly outside of that, man. You're supposed to have my number, but I get yours now. So
I don't have your number. I call you along and
all right.
Tell you what I have to tell you.
But I know where you are, but I'm not mobile these days. But I'm gonna get in contact with, and I spot you in town. Yes, not yesterday. Last week, but I was on a bus.
Oh,
so I will get in touch with you.
About you usually be in St. George's.
Yeah, I saw you.
I usually be there, but not for long.
Yeah, I saw you, but I didn't get a chance because I was on a bus. So,
okay.
But I will get in contact with you over the next 24 hours or so. You know, yes, my boy. I ain't hear you for a long time. We had to talk. We have a lot to talk about.
I didn't want to call.
Okay, no problem, my brother.
I usually listen to your program.
Thank you so very much.
Yeah, man, and it's very, very good, interesting.
All right.
The one I enjoyed last night was the one you showed with the hospital and Caribbean.
We'll be doing some of that tonight again.
Okay, I'll be there, man. I usually watch it to the end.
All right, thank you very much.
Have a nice night and
okay.
Keep the good work
and
done,
feel free to call back later if you want to do that.
No, waiting for Thursday night.
Okay.
Take care of yourself.
Yes, man. Thank you.
All right.
And folks, the caller just referred to Thursday night. And let me give you the reminder. Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell will be doing a special interview. And that will be on Thursday night from 8 p.m. All right? Right here on the Talking Points. And you'll be hearing it as well. It will be live on WeFM, but it will be a little delayed by 1 hour on WeFM. So they'll be coming on, joining from 9 o'clock. Sister Ryle will be joining us from Karaku. Real 91.5, 91.9. They'll be joining as well. And you'll be getting it via the various social media pages, YouTube, Facebook, etc., etc., etc. So you will be getting that information. We have a caller online. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Sheldon Scott.
Watch if I didn't hear your voice, eh?
Good night and good night to the Grenadian people. I just want to say good night and to let everybody know that I'm all right.
Good.
And I don't want anybody to worry too much about me. God is good. I'm alive.
If we we must
look. We must. And with pressure high and it just high. Then say I can't do nothing. I was in town this morning. I went and get some medication and stuff, and then I come back home.
Yeah.
You know, so all right to everybody. Because and I want to thank Dr. Mitchell. That man has love. God, good night wherever he is. Have a lot of love in him, people. And he come quite here and look for me. And I appreciate that. Also, Mr. David, thank you very much, Mr. Watts. That Carl is very concerned about me. I'm all right, I'm taking it easy. All I need is a little friend. So God to give me the strength to put me back on my foot again. But I'm all right to everybody. Have a good night. And I can't wait for when Thursday night.
Yes, Thursday night.
Alan,
yes, ma'am.
I can't wait.
And spread the word. Tell people who maybe don't hear, tell them.
I don't see people. Right now, I don't work. I don't see some people. And when you hear back on my foot, somebody stay away, you know. Because just a good morning, a good evening, you know.
Yeah.
To hear from people. Some people don't even say hi. But if they want me to get certain things for them, they don't to wake me up. You understand? They don't to wake me and say, Miss Cammy, I want that, get give me. So I'm waiting for y'all. Some of y'all are hypocrite people. I don't want to put my mouth in back to talk.
When we
I
pass...
think that's how it is. Hypocrite.
Cammy,
hey.
you look a friend past to see this morning, eh?
Even my own children, that's to tell you. I appreciate all who call to find out who pass and look for me. And all who want me to come money, come and tell me because I don't work in this city. Have a good night to everybody.
All right,
Mr.
Cammy.
Watson, your wife, good night. Patty, good night. Every minute, Patty calling me all the way from Canada. Thank you. That is to tell you when you're sick, you know who your friends are.
Of course.
And therefore, have a good night, darling. Have a good night to everybody a day.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Later, Cammy. You will call back. No problem.
No, I go rest.
You're rested,
because everybody
but no problem.
Rest. They don't even have me to eat. If I eat, I drink.
You could always see it later.
I'm good. I'm good. Yes.
All right. Yes, indeed. So, all you, Miss Cammy, good. Yeah, I passed this morning. I see the door open and I see it kind of jam. So I realized she in there. Yeah. So I didn't stick. I wonder if I think I spent 10 minutes in tongue. You know, by the time I get in tongue and collect my son, it was out of tongue again. Yeah, it was out of tongue this morning. But yeah, let me watch. Since we talk about the stadium and thing, I'll play something again. You know. Yeah, I will play something again, and I'll tell you what date. This is from the 21st of the 9th month, 2008. So yeah, this is just after election.
Infrastructural investment in sport, youth, and culture throughout the nation. The rebuilding of the track and field stadium, and we know that the plans are already drawn up by the former administration, and we say thank you very much.
Wait. You said the plans are drawn up by who? The former administration in 2008. So the former administration would that be who? Patrick Simmons? No, let me see. Nah.
Of the track and field stadium, and we know that the plans are already drawn up by the former administration, and we say thank you very much. The Chinese have committed to rebuild the stadium. We say thank you very much, China.
Yeah, and then there's the same people that was giving up houses and and stadium and thing, and say give them the money for them to spend and all this kind of thing. So we could get into that whole discussion, but I don't think we necessarily need to get into that tonight. 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. I could get the exact date that these statements were made and thing. And look, even when the Madam Ambassador, Madam Ubokian, when she was the same lady that in the picture, let me show you, the lady that in the picture there with me with the oversized suit, they say the suit oversized. It's not the suit oversized, it's how the man the bend. Yeah, it's not the suit oversized, it's how the man the bend. Yeah, let me hear what that lady had to say when she was handing over that stadium and thing, when the key was being handed over to the new National Party from coming in, going, negotiating, getting the stadium ball rolling. Yeah, let's hear what she had to say.
And this is a Christmas gift to all the Grenadian people. A gift from the government and the people of the People's Republic of China to the government and people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. This is, of course, a gift of Christmas, but absolutely not for that only. It is a gift for the people of Grenada in your future life. 8 years ago, you're right, Honorable, when we came back to Grenada, we promised at the request of the government of Grenada that we would help Grenadian people to build up stadium. You're right, Honorable, and that reminds me, my first meeting with you, you corrected my pronunciation by saying it is stadia instead of stadium. Now the second one, apart from the cricket stadium only next to us, the National Athletic and Football Stadium is coming as we promised.
Yeah, so I mean, and you see, that's the thing. That's when you have the vision. So you know too, not division, when you have the vision. Yeah, because some political parties have the vision and other political parties just have division. You understand? Yeah, right. Nice. So we know, yeah. I think we had to make no more points on that one, isn't it? Yeah, we make what point we had to make in relation to that particular issue, isn't it? Nice. So we understand. All right. So all I said is that this administration, all you're supposed to do, all you make sure that the stadia, they fix properly, everything organized properly and thing, and ready to go, and you understand. Nice. We have a caller online. Good night.
Sheldon, when you pass and you see the jam there,
Yeah.
I went in the health center.
I had a feeling.
I went in the health center to check the pressure.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then when I come back, I come home. Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't stick either.
So sorry
Yeah.
I didn't see you. Because I'm
Javon,
the person asking me if I see you, you know.
Javon
Yeah.
that was looking for you.
So you know, like, I just push it out. I put
Yeah.
the table behind it.
Yeah. Me and
Yeah,
Javon
all
came.
right, darling.
All right.
But I go otherwise. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right.
To all my friends, all who they online now, are good. Because I still force and wash, you know. And I lie down, I lie down.
boy.
The only thing I my head kind of light.
No, but you have to be
Later.
careful.
And I doesn't use salt.
Okay.
Tell her I doesn't cook with salt. For months, I don't know how many, I feel it's the heat of the weather.
Okay.
And I ain't studying nothing.
Okay.
I want them damn people, excuse me language, to go. If they go, me mind go be at peace. Because I pressure they put in the damn country. Have a good, as just your lady talking online there about these people. Yeah, later.
All right, my dear. 440-7377. Give us a call. I think I just missed one on the WhatsApp. Give me a call back, caller, on the WhatsApp. Yeah, or if you want me to call you, I'm calling you too. You feel like playing that? Hey, let me call back the caller. Yeah, hey, man, I call it back the caller. Hey, let me see if we get that caller back on the WhatsApp. Let's see if we get them back. Yeah. And for those of you that want to call from overseas, yeah, so we have the caller back on the WhatsApp. Hello, good night. Hello. Hello.
Sheldon.
Hi, good night, caller.
Hello.
Yes, you're live.
Yeah, good night. Sheldon.
Hi, you're live. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm looking at the process. It's true that the government picking up vehicles by the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
There are some vehicles who people who have, interest in. There is vehicles who people already are used for. But I'm trying to figure out something. I'm monitoring these vehicles and them. Because I realize where they're storing those vehicles and them, we're going to miss those vehicles and them, and that vehicle will end up selling by some ministers. I'm watching the whole movement, monitoring it, and I know for sure because you got people who sell old parts and things from Trinidad. So if you're picking up people vehicle by the side of the road, I believe if you have an intention of selling it, selling it to Trinidad in any part shop, you're supposed to compensate them people for the vehicle. Right? So I go be monitoring that one.
Okay.
Because
All
I
right.
realize what I watch, I understand where they're storing it, and they're protecting it. So when it's missing, like they taking it and go and dump it in Perseverance, or they burying it or whatsoever. They're storing it, and I know for sure after a time everybody forget it, they will see the packeting containers and they're going to sell it, and people won't get nothing for the vehicles. They're taking it. I'll monitor it and I will call you again on that.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Because this government is all about money and all about deal.
What I'd say about that is this, caller. I've said before, on other programs that I've done before, I have said that I believe government needs to go through that process, remove the derelict vehicles from the side of the road, and that they should strip them and sell the parts. I believe that. I believe they should go through that process. As to if the owners are given notice to remove the vehicle and they totally ignore, they're given a reasonable amount of time to remove it and they don't remove it, then I think when it's removed to the lot, they should be given a certain amount of time to pay and get it out of the lot. And if they don't get it out of there in that time, then that there is a specific system that is set up, that you have some young people, that vehicle chassis number so and so, you strip it, whatever usable parts, they are cataloged, and then you can resell those parts here. You don't have to send it down Trinidad. People need parts here so that it could be sold here.
Exactly.
If anything else taking part with it, you could even sell the certain parts as scrap iron. You compress it, you sell that as iron and whatever. But the parts that are usable and reusable, you should catalog them and sell them. I believe that should be done. If it's just a case you're taking vehicle and dump it there and after a while it disappear, as you say, you and me, we watching. We want to see.
Exactly.
We watching. All right?
I watch it very close because I find that thing is very, very, very technical, very smart. Because they don't have it. They don't have it in Perseverance.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have it where they're supposed to dump it. They have it in a special place, somewhere in the south. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
They have it in a special place somewhere in the south, close, where I know for sure he will move out anytime.
Okay.
Containers will come and take them and go with it. Understand?
But let me see who's involved.
we gonna know who involved.
Let's see who's
We know
involved.
we gonna know.
Yeah?
You understand?
Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on that one. Thank you so very much, my brother. All right.
The both of them, we take them and pack them in Perseverance, but the vehicles, they leave it. Them both of them they pick up on Port Highway.
Yeah.
Kira and James Bolivar, Kira and James, they have them. They have some of them in Perseverance, but the cars and the vehicles, they have it in a special place down on the south. You understand? So I'm waiting for when the deal start, and they want to start to dump them. They have to compensate people for taking the vehicles and looking at that.
All right, partners. Okay. Later. Yes, indeed. 4407377. You can call us on the WhatsApp. You can call us directly, and so on. But before, let me see. Let me play a little something for all, because you realize they're looking for a new location for the hospital and thing. Yeah, new location for the hospital and things. So let me play a little something.
The Deacon Mitchell-led administration has already made it clear that the health and well-being of citizens is one of its major priorities, with a promise to deliver the quality of health care that people deserve. A major move towards living up to that promise is a recent site visit to Calvini Estate by government officials to have an appreciation of the area as a potential and conducive site for the construction of a new and modernized climate-smart hospital. The team, which was led by Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell, toured the land owned by Mr. Leroy Nichols. The plot spans roughly 93 acres. Our first report is by Sherian Noel.
Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell was accompanied on the early morning site visit by Minister for Health and Wellness, Senator Jonathan Lacrette, Honorable Andy Williams, Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, and other government officials. When he delivered the 2023 estimates of revenue and expenditure in December last year, Prime Minister Mitchell listed health as one of the top priority areas for government. He said government's ultimate goal is to transform Grenada into the health capital of the Eastern Caribbean, which means the highest quality in healthcare facilities and services with access for all.
The intent is to have a look at the potential site for the new hospital. So we wanted to get a first-hand view of the general topography of the land, the general boundary areas, and just to get a feel for what the site looks like.
Prime Minister Mitchell is satisfied that the land, once acquired, will be used for the intended purpose.
I think the site is pretty ideal. It's roughly about 93 acres. The intent is to try and acquire all of it because we think we need to make sure that we can protect the entire area within which the hospital would be located. The topography is relatively satisfactory, generally flat, which you don't have a lot of flat lands left in Grenada. And obviously it's located in Calvini, so it's very accessible. So that's one of the key things for us as well.
Health Minister Senator the Honorable Jonathan Lacrette says he is pleased with the action in motion by his government to address healthcare facilities throughout the island.
Well, I'm extremely satisfied. I believe that there is a particular magnetic quality that comes with a brand. And we know all too well the geographical and infrastructural challenges that we currently face with our main tertiary healthcare institution on the island, the General Hospital, and the need for a brand new climate-smart, climate-resilient facility that can deliver to all clientele across Grenada the kind of services that is required.
The Calvini Estate potential site is centrally located and easily accessible. The plans of the government to increase the country's housing stock can also be realized at the lands viewed at Hopevale.
We look both at Calvini and Hopevale, and we think we have the options both of housing as well as agriculture. There's at least 100 acres of land from Hopevale Estate that Mr. Nichols has earmarked for agricultural purposes, and we are keen to mobilize that as well. We're also keen to make sure that we have sufficient land to do Grenadian-style homes. We certainly think Hopevale in particular gives us both the option for agriculture and for housing, so we're also looking at that.
So yes, folks, so you've seen there that the move is on. They're looking at the location to place the hospital and that kind of thing. So here I have, let me make it clear. If a new health facility, brand new, can be built and it can be to the benefit of the Grenadian people, once it's going to benefit the Grenadian people, I don't have a problem with it. I don't think anyone that really cares about Grenada would have a problem with a new health facility being built to the benefit of all Grenadians. Yeah? But while you're doing that, just remember to tell the Grenadian people the speed you want to do it with has a lot to deal with the project that you want to put where the hospital is. You're getting blocked because you want to put that particular project, the hospital and casino project, and I have it up on the screen. Folks can see what I'm speaking about. The hospital area is blocking some people from putting up a nice little hotel to the bottom of the fort kind of thing there, and a little casino inside it too. You understand? And it go be wrapping around to where all when the Wasa and thing is dead, go be taking over all that side, coming down so too nice. You understand? You see how the thing set? Right. So again, full disclosure, the World Bank, together with the government of the Netherlands and the government of Grenada under the last administration, developed these plans as a possibility. The NNP administration didn't say that we're going and move the hospital from where it is and put it somewhere else. That you know that was not the NNP saying that. But you also know who was the honorary consul of the Netherlands in Grenada. You know who was the and you remember I said the project was put together inclusive, yeah, of land. Let me see if I could pull it up here. Right? Yeah. The government of the Netherlands. You see them there. They are one of the people. That's one of the groupings that helped put that project. I think I just missed a call. One of the groupings that helped put that project together. And we know that the present Prime Minister was their representative here in Grenada up until the point in time that he took over as the leader of the National Democratic Congress. He was the honorary consul on behalf of the Kingdom of the Netherlands here in Grenada. So he would be very aware of this particular project and also very aware of people who possibly wanted to do this project in Grenada. So when you hear them rushing about we need to move the hospital and we need to move the hospital and we need to move the hospital, we're going and do with the buildings that they turn it into a school. That's what we're going and do, turn it into a school, we're going to leave the buildings and retrofit them and make where the hospital is into a school instead? Or are we just going to break down the buildings and leave there bare? Or is the possibility that what they are looking at is doing this? Is that the possibility? I mean, yeah, the concept plans are there. You look, I mean, let me show you some more. The drawings, you understand what is taking place. So that you have an understanding of what when they go and they're looking at area and things, because they're in a hurry. We got to move the hospital. They're in a hurry. I think we have a caller online. I nearly pressed the wrong button. Hello, good night.
Sharon.
I thought you were going to see.
Sorry to call back, but you said we heard they want to get place to put the hospital. You see it now, and yes,
yeah.
Lord God. The man was making all the room. I seen there, watching it thing as they show me. I don't see the man they call him Prime Minister, Lord. Why you look at? You know what I call to ask you, Sharon? Where is Miss Destina Williams? The lady for in the Senate. That lady don't in Grenada. Why not for me?
Sometimes
I want to know. That lady don't in Grenada.
Well, sometimes
Destina
she's
Williams.
here.
Where she is?
I'm not sure.
Why not?
I'll do that.
She don't in Grenada. She don't go in the Senate.
That'll be interesting.
You see, when you say something, it just comes to pass. And I want to tell the Minister of Health, one machine they have in the health center and Young Street and in the health center. We want more, the machine where they're reading the pressure with. One he have. The amount of people that line up to go and test the pressure. So you must try and get 2 or 3 more and put it. Because I was going there every day and it's only one machine they have. You don't watch it and to put in the hospital. Well, we go have time there before they build this hospital. Have a good night. And find out when Miss Destina Williams, the Grenadian people want to know. And what they don't give people work. People want to work in this country.
All right, Kavi. Yes, indeed. So yeah, they are. This is what they are aiming at, in my view. And remember, there are other parts to this project. And when you see, as I said, you're seeing various parts on the chessboard being moved around. I'm no chess player, but you're seeing the pawns being placed where they are, and the knight being placed where they are, and that kind of thing. Yeah. Or for people that play draft, we see the different knobs being moved. Yeah, you see the setting up, man. Yeah, to pick him and take. You understand? Because when you realize that you have actually created an envoy whose only job is to go out and find investors, that you could very well soon hear that work has started on the new hospital, right? So they started work on a new hospital, but that the old hospital site is going to disappear. And have they taken things into consideration, as some people were asking last night, and so in relation to things like, for instance, the traffic flow, that the reason a lot of folks are able to visit the hospital in the way that they are is because it's central. The bus terminal is there. You might get a hospital shuttle and you're up, or you go, if you could make it up the steps, you make it up the steps and you go on into the hospital facility. So that's one thing. The other is if you're in Calavini now and you're coming from anywhere on the West Coast or even Bolio, those areas there, and you're coming down or St. Andrew and you're passing over the hills, it means you have to come to town and then take a bus from there to go to Calavini to the hospital facility. And for those who live on the East Coast coming down from St. David and it might be a bit easier for them. They come and they drop down and they go there. If you're coming from St. Andrew and you're coming down the East Coast, that's one thing. But all of those things have to be taken into consideration. It's not a central location. You're putting it outside of where the majority of people are accessing, where the majority of people are going. When somebody says that, because we know the hospital do have medication, when they tell your family that they don't have the medication for you, that your family could just run down the hill. Sometimes they walk and they go and they buy the medication and they come back up. Yeah? Or they jump in the vehicle if they find a park. They jump in the vehicle and they go down. They get the medication and they come back up. All right? Now it would be a situation that you're in Calavini if that project does come through. Because remember, these are the same people that say they're building 500 houses a year. And we into the 10th month and they ain't built yet. Yeah. They say they're going to build 500 Grenadian style houses a year. They have 2 months to build 500 houses. Because up to now, if they don't have 2 months to build 500 houses, then that means they have 26 months. No, they have not 26. They have 14 months to build 1,000. Because their manifesto promise were 500 houses per year. I mean, I'm sure you all hear that. I'm going to find the audio with it, but that was the manifesto promise. And that's a promise, 500 Grenadian-style houses. You heard the Prime Minister speaking about it a while ago in Calavini there, that they want to acquire all the land because they're going to use some of it for the houses and so you have the hospital and you have houses close, and I hope them nurses and them get the houses and things too, and the doctors and them could get the houses and other people who work in the hospital when they do that. But so you've heard them speaking about those things. So that is why I am saying that if they're telling you things, tell you everything now. Tell you about this particular project, tell you that is not the government of Grenada that is funding or driving the work that's taking place in that particular area of the Karani James Boulevard. That area, the reclaimed area that was leased over to Camper and Nicholson, where you could still see the crane and so that they have there, that was used to build out the new facilities that they have. Because remember, they added facilities from what the original Port Louis was, when Port Louis was originally built, that they have expanded on that they are responsible for the coast leading up to that area. And you see where they're responsible for is where you see the thing and them going down. So when you see ministers come beating their chest and saying it's them that do thing, understand who really do it. Camper and Nicholson is who do it. Yeah, but they want to give you the impression that they walk in They working hard. It's them that do it. You understand? Yeah, they get involved when Camper and Nicholson do anything. The green space that they're talking about. If you go back to a particular newspaper last year, word for word, what you're hearing the minister saying now, what you're hearing that minister saying now is the exact same thing that you were hearing from the people involved in that project. Yeah, so there's a plan for under the blue economy thing to redevelop St. George. Right? There is a plan that's there by the World Bank in relation to that. Some of it, for instance, the expansion of that area, the reclaiming of that area from Cherry Hill coming back down to the fish market there, and then placing like practice field out there and hotels and all this kind of thing. And over where you see they have the welding shop and the gravel heap and so there to level down there and put all kind of buildings and structures, and so there are various things that are being proposed. But it seems as though this administration is looking to go with certain aspects of that plan, which may, because you hear them keep constantly talking about moving the general hospital and moving the general hospital. In fact, you want me to play it for you all? Like, now some people say it. Yeah, some people say they want to take it again. They want to see it. They say they want to see it. So let me leave it alone. Yeah, some people telling me, Shoma, sorry. I see some people say they say they don't want to see it. They don't want to see it. Lord. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside. And those of you outside of Grenada, 347-329-3101. Let me pull back up me. Because I was going and play this thing and I see some people say no, they don't want to see these people and them again. All right. You know, another promise that was made, and they have 2 months to do that in. Right? Okay, bi-monthly payments, nice, all well and good. We all know this kind of nonsense that was talking around that about, oh, you're going to pay off your mortgage faster. And so I was looking at something at Cooperative Bank. I saw the release from Ariza, all these things. And, you know, in all of that, they said clearly that they will place the first payment on hold. In other words, when you get your first half of your salary, if you're paying a loan of $500, they will hold on to $250 from the first part of your salary that comes in. And then when the other half comes in, they're going to hold on to that. They're going to join the two and then they're going to apply it. They're not going to apply $250 to your loan payment and then apply $250 at the end of the month. They're going to just put it on hold. In other words, you can't access it. You can't spend it. It's on the account, but it's there. You cannot access it, right? And then when the rest of your salary comes in on the other fortnight, they're going to put the two together and apply it. I don't know how they perceive you still paying your loan in the same way that you've been paying it, how they perceive that that is going to speed up your loan payment or that kind of thing. Maybe workers need to see if on Friday they're going to receive a full salary. So maybe they're saying now that they're giving you a full salary every fortnight instead of half and half. I don't know if it's that things nice in the place. If it's that things real nice in the place, everybody gonna be smiling. You know what? Let me play a song for you, man. Yeah, I tell you, I ain't going back down that road again. Next election, we had to fix the thing. I ain't taking no 6 for no 9. You understand? Remember the number 440-7377 as well as 347-329-3101 if you're calling from outside of Grenada. Remember to like and share. Those of you that have not yet subscribed to the YouTube page, you look for the little area right under the video. You go see a little area mark subscribe. Yeah, you click on that And then there's a little kind of down facing thing. You click on that too and you go see different bells. You click for all the notifications. So once we go live, you're going to know. Remember, this Thursday at 8 p.m., you will be seeing a special interview by former Prime Minister, Leader of the Opposition, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, will be on Thursday night from 8 p.m. I said We FM will be coming on just an hour later. They'll be coming on from 9. But Real FM, Sister Ryle, out there in Brooklyn, 94.9 We Noise Radio. Yeah, and online. Yeah, you're going to be hearing all of the different stations carrying that interview where Dr. Mitchell will be discussing several issues of national importance. There are several things that we have to talk about in this country. Yeah? There's several things that we must discuss and speak about in this country. And Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell will be speaking about them. Yeah? On Thursday. All right? So we look forward to you all joining us. Remember, you have to spread the word. We're going to be sending out the hyperlinks. So in other words, we'll send out the links in the way that we usually send it out so that you could just click on it and it takes you to it. Yeah, we'll be doing that during the day on Thursday so that you'll have the direct links that you'll be able to do that. All right? Nice. And we are waiting to hear when they're ready to sell Grenlec, because we said before, we know they're going and sell the thing. They're setting up themselves to sell Grenlec. You take the person who is on Grenlec board, you make them a special envoy, you give them a diplomatic passport, they're already treasurer of your party, to send them to find investors. All right? Maybe they decide they want to get 2 people to take it over or 1 person, or maybe they already have somebody and they need somebody to go and iron out the details in relation to the sale of Grenlec. But you know, I know, all of us know that that is the intention. They're looking to sell Grenlec. All right? We know that is the intention. Right? And again, I'll say again, I am against the sale of the shares in Grenlec that the government of Grenada under the New National Party was able to purchase and get back in the hands of the Grenadian people. I am against those shares once again ending up in the hands of a foreign entity. I don't mind if you bring a foreign entity to manage the operations at Grenlec, but the shares should belong to the Grenadian people. When I say that, in other words, you can sell the shares, but make sure it's Grenadians you sell it to. You have multi-million-dollar businesses operating here in Grenada, We look about Talawa. So you have multi-million businesses operating here, multi-million-dollar businesses. You have individuals who mightn't mind buying some shares and putting the grandchildren name and different things like that so that they would be able to get their dividends, and the dividends could stay here instead of ending up in Florida, instead of ending up in China, instead of ending up in Dubai. Yeah? Instead of ending up in those places, right? That the dividends that are paid, in other words, when you use your electricity and so on, Grenlec get the money in and so on, they make a profit. When they make their profit, they have what they profit sharing basically. For the people who have shares, they get a little payment on a yearly basis, you understand, in relation to that. And we're saying that that money should not be going outside of Grenada, but every effort should be taken to ensure that that stays here, even if the credit unions in Grenada have to take significant amount of shares in Grenlec, but it's here. Whether it's the teachers' credit union, so the teachers themselves have a share in Grenlec. Whether it's the Grenville Credit Union or the Communal or Riser and so on, there are financial institutions here that can get those shares and ensure that the dividends stay here. Or the teachers themselves. What's stopping a teacher from going and get a little 500 shares, a 1,000 shares? And so, but at least that the shares stay here and don't end up in the hands of anybody outside of Grenada. Remember, Grenlec is a national security asset. Let me say that again. It is a national security asset. Your economy is hinged on the generation of power. That is why the New National Party had started the process of getting away from fossil fuels and moving into solar energy. Did the study in relation to geothermal energy, so that's a possibility as well, so that you could get the price of electricity down through other means of production. Yeah? But instead of trying to pave the way for things like this administration paving the way to sell the company. And when they sell the company, are we going to end up in a situation? Are we going to end up in a situation where we have a say in relation to the price of electricity? Because remember, when the NDC administration of 1990 to 1995 sold Grenlec in 1994, they took Grenlec. Grenlec had a special deal where they were not covered by the Public Utilities Commission. In other words, the price that was set by Grenlec, was not being set by the Utilities Commission here. They were exempt from that. And there were other clauses that were put in there that were not beneficial to the Grenadian people. And I'm saying that this one, any attempt to sell Grenlec to a foreign entity, none of us as Grenadians should sit down here and allow that to happen. None of us. To allow a foreign entity to end up with Grenlec in their hands again. Because it takes how much decades to get it back into the hands of Grenadians. And if they do it again, because to me it looked like that is what some people just come in for. They come in to sell Grenlec. Yeah? They come in to sell Grenlec, to sell where the hospital is. Just sell. To me, that is what happening. Yeah? Then all of a sudden you're seeing certain things taking place. And when you look at the plans that are there and you realize who is involved, you realize that something taking place. When you realize people are being placed in strategic positions to execute their plans, like selling Grenlec, like removing the hospital from where it is so that the hotel project. So the priority here isn't healthcare. The priority here is hotel and casino. That is the priority. Yeah? So when you realize that the interest that this administration seeks is only the interest of the people with the money, and how they're going to maintain those people with the money. How many poor people children, you hear them talk about it all during the campaign. How many poor people children they take and they put on boards of directors? How many of the people that was campaigning up and down Grenada for them balling yellow, Deacon is the man, all kind of thing? How much of them you see they take and they put on board of directors? How much of them you see they give well-paying jobs? But they create the Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation. And they stick a set of people inside there, papa. NDCites. Look and see who inside there and ask yourself if when you was campaigning, if you used to see them. And then ask the salaries that they're working for. Yeah? And then try and find out the relations between them and the people in office. Try and find out. Or you might be very surprised if all you dig a little bit what all you would find. Yeah? Because there's a reason that this administration continues to refuse to provide the information as to who are the staffers, the salaries that they're working for, etc., etc. There are reasons that they're refusing to provide that information. Look across the ministries and see what's taking place. Look across the ministries and see what's taking place. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Sheldon.
Good night, Auntie Myrna. How are you tonight?
Daisy.
All right, my dear.
Everything is all right with you?
I am good.
How was the Easter?
Very, very, very quiet. I tried as much as possible to stay inside. I didn't like what I see going on the roads.
That is it, you know.
Yeah, I didn't like what I see going on the roads at all.
Okay, God is good.
Yeah.
Daisy are taking it light with the under them.
Well, girl, and I know the situation there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is not an easy one at all.
Tough.
Yeah.
Grenadians balling, but some of us we shame to ball.
They balling with their mouth closed. Why they do that, nobody knows. So we know what's going on.
They go talk, they go do, but not forever. We have another Trump in Grenada and another Putin.
I wouldn't even say it's a Trump, because, as bad as people say things about Trump, Trump actually created jobs, eh? I think he actually created jobs, if you want to say different things about him and so on. But I think as a businessman, he was actually able to create jobs. This administration here, they can't say there's a Trump. They ain't creating no jobs. People losing jobs.
And the thing was bad, they come and meet thing there. And good thing. And they turn Grenada upside down. Shame on us. What we work for, that we getting paid for.
Yes, indeed.
But God is good. God is in control.
Yes, Auntie Muna. You just take it nice and relax there. Don't let nothing stress you.
Me, one day at a time.
All right, my dear.
Mango start to ripe,
Make sure I get mine, I ain't making no joke with all you. I find I ain't getting no mango, everybody holding the mango tight.
But you have to be in the country.
Nah, man, I all over it. I getting that. People coming down, they go bring it to
All right, God is good.
All right, Auntie Buddha, you enjoy the rest of the night. All right, thank you.
Hold the foot.
Of course.
Spread the word.
Of course. All right.
Let the world know what taking place in Grenada. They painting and pretending things good.
Yes,
things
yes.
no good at all. Look at Easter fall. What take place at Easter? What they give? School opening just now.
Well, yeah, no, I really don't know. Oh boy. Auntie Mona,
hey,
we go talk again.
Right.
All right, my dear. And folks, we have a call on the WhatsApp line. Call on the WhatsApp. Go right ahead.
Hey, Shalom. Good night.
Hey, brother man, what's up?
Long time no call.
Yes, man.
My phone was down.
Okay.
Yes. I listened up is a clip on Facebook today. Someone was on the Talking Points chat. And I feel it for that young lady. In spite of, she well campaigned for them on the other side. She go around with the guy what has been in charge of misinformation. And she go around and they well campaign. They well campaign finally, I could say. I mean, that's her rights. But at least, man, the girl sound intelligent. They could have given the girl a little something. Now you have to find out if the girl had to call you. The girl call you when she had to do what she had to do. You call her, you make sure. I mean, you could have given the girl a little something, man. You understand? I mean, I feel it for her. I mean, regardless of what she, that's her right. She support who she support. But they could have given the girl a little something. And then now I'm watching the sketch of the hospital, and I want to know, is this the intention to relocate the hospital to improve it better, or you have your own personal agenda? Tell us, come on straight up and tell us. Don't do just like the girls say, before somebody criticize what are you doing wrong, or you decide to attack the personal and kind of thing. But come out and tell us, what is your personal agenda? Now we hearing Grand Lake is on the map to go. It is alleged. Come out and tell us something straight. Come out and tell us something straight.
Boss, when you're going on a race, right? You just be on your marks, get set, go.
Get set, go.
They pass on on the mark right now. Right now they reach to get set. As far as I'm concerned,
it just a matter of time for the gun to go, have to say go.
Yeah. I believe they pass on your marks, they on get set.
I understand. Well, before I forget, I want to personally thank Kami. Now, I know me and I not on really so much on good terms as before, but I want to personally thank her for holding my daughter for me. I know she specialized with little children and thing, and my daughter was waiting for she mother and she grandmother, and they didn't came in town as it, and she had time reach down in town before they came in town, and she hold her for me, and I just deeply want to thank her. I don't want to wait until she dare to thank her. I want to thank her personally. Yes, so Kami, I know you're hearing me, I know you're listening. I want to personally thank you because I know that is one of your favorite child. Whenever I come in town, you go see me on one side, she go run on the other side and go and hug her. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to personally thank you, Miss Kami, for holding my daughter for me until her mother and her grandmother come to pick her up. Yeah,
Right.
and then her mother and her grandmother, her grandmother come from New York, and she said they tell me to tell you good night. I don't talk to them when I'm going to tell me to tell you good night. So I'm telling you, and they have good night.
All right, my brother.
Yes, and then have a good night, everybody. I'm listening.
All right, thank you. Yes, indeed. 4407377. That's the number for you to get onto the inside. Again, it's not that you're against progress. It's not that you're against projects and so. But remember, the environmentalists, every time the New National Party was going and do a project, you had all kind of complaints. Yeah? Silver Sands was going to put a place down, Grenada's Beach, environmental impact assessment done. They were doing water filtration, all sorts of things. And you had people protesting, that block go too far to that side and you can't do this here and you can't do that there and all sort of thing. But now, when you see certain things taking place, you hear they talking about building bathroom and toilet on Kirani James Boulevard. I want to know where the water from the bathroom and toilet going. If you're going and build bathroom and toilet on the Kirani James Boulevard, I want to know, one, if there's that volume of people walking along the Kirani James Boulevard for that is one. But secondly, I want to know where the wastewater from it going. You understand? If it's not into the same lagoon that the wastewater from that bathroom and toilet is going to be going. But that is the kind of thing. You see, when they were in opposition, they were the environmentalists. Yeah, they're talking about carrying capacity. And so on. You can't do this here and you can't do that there because you're going to affect the seawater, you're going to affect this and you're going to affect that, so don't do it there. But now, those environmentalists seem to have gotten very quiet. Yeah? You heard them speaking about project in Lavera, all kind of thing. You all want to know something? Ask who was the lawyer for the people who are doing the Lavera project. Ask who was the lawyer. Yeah? You realize all kind of talk, anti-talk against it. Cool down? Yeah, they had one or two protesters there when they went and do the thing the other day, but the certain voices you were hearing out there speaking about the people's business, they've gone silent in relation to these issues because it seems as though environmental issues are only of concern under one government, and when a next government come in, the same projects could be taking place or even worse. And then they have nothing to say. The environmentalists, all of a sudden, they gone quiet. That is what has been taking place here. It's like some of what we see taking place with the trade union movement. And I'll say this about the Public Workers Union, though. I think they've been pretty constant in how they've been acting. Yes, I see some kind of statements. Sometimes I wonder, what's going on there? But you realize that the Public Workers Union are saying, listen, when we look at the inflation rate for Grenada for 2023, 2024, and 2025, we cannot accept the 13% that the teachers accept. Because the money that you're accepting, that 13%, is going to be wiped out totally. In other words, you won't get a raise and it will feel like you ain't get nothing. Because really, what you're getting in some instances is as low as what they said, $95 or $50-something or something. That's going to be the increase that they get. And when you go to the super, that wiped out the increase in the cost of living, the inflation, the price of food stuff, the price of utilities, the cost of utilities, the cost of transportation. The cost of repair, if you own your private transportation, even the cost of repair to that, the price that you have to buy these things at, and so on, is wiping out that increase. So that a more reasonable settlement is being sought by the Public Workers Union. But then you see again, as I say, is moving chess pieces along the chessboard. So you realize the Grenada Union of Teachers, and we played what Judas Jude had to say the other day. Yeah? Where he basically coming out, the only thing he can do is put on an NDC t-shirt and walk around. The only thing he can do is put on an NDC t-shirt and walk around. But he's telling you basically who he support. Yeah? So I'm wondering if it is about the teachers or if it's about getting rid of one party and putting the next party. Yeah? Then you're hearing rumblings about who don't like the Minister of Education, and teachers complaining now about the Minister of Education because they know under the new National Party, they say all sorts of things about Emlyn Pierre, but under Emlyn Pierre, there was a lot of regularization of people who were on contract. They were on contract and they were regularized, so they're full teachers now. Yeah? They could go and they could collect a pension, everything now. So they said all sorts of things. But now you're starting to hear rumblings about the present Minister of Education.
Minister call about the child, you welcome. The Lord says suffer little children to come unto thee. And I see a pause. I don't know if she little pause that she forget by me. So if she forget, it's a little green pause. I think it's shown, because when she had she bag, when they left with her, the little pause was there, so I look check and see which one. And Sheldon,
yes,
where
ma'am.
the water going in the sea, you see water? That's where they go put it.
Well, I want to know.
People give people jobs. They complain. You see how we hypocrite in Grenada, Mr. Scott? He was NMP. They'd have complained. Everybody would have called on every radio program and talk about that. Nobody in Grenada can pity madness. They say nothing about this hospital thing and what they do. Nobody. No, this is what's getting the pressure high. When I do all kind of wrong there, and nobody is speaking out. Nobody is speaking out about what they're doing. What the Deacon Mitchell government doing in this country. He was NNP. I would have beaten Dr. Kit Mitchell. I tell all you hypocrites in this country. A bunch of hypocrites. Nobody speaking about these things. Nobody whatsoever. You understand? Nobody is speaking about what's going on in Grenada. Some people don't come in, they don't know what to do. They don't come in Grenada, but they're in America and England and saying all kind of things. Mr. Deacon Mitchell, my name is Camille Tivida Scott, sir. Give the people jobs. We want jobs. You say about build houses? Start to build house. Nothing going on. How much months you doing up, sir? And I don't see how you build a house, that's all you see. And you have a few months again. Not a house. I don't look for the Easter. Nobody look at that they could work to say they could have buy something for the Easter or to send my children to school. It's not right. A little bad mind in this country. Grenadians speak out. It was Kit Mitchell government. I don't have all kind of thing to say. You see, I refer to speak. Why you can't do nothing? Wickedness in high places. I rebuke that in Jesus' name. I rebuke wickedness in high places. And we suffering in this country. One set of people that could eat and drink and live in this country. The rich people. But people suffering. Poor people in Grenada are suffering. And I don't say nothing. I don't see them taking a little debt as a sheep. As Santimona say mango in season, so that means Shell and Scott. People go suck mango and drink water. That's what she means. Mango in season for people to suck mango. Bad mind. Bad mind. And I just say Kit Mitchell do not know God. Dr. Mitchell, if you know I miss y'all. Because I didn't used to go through that hard time of that going through now. You understand? A bunch of hypocrites. And God don't like that. But God is in charge. That He's the king. He's the king of the universe. All right. Have a good night. I don't call him back.
All right, Gary.
Mr. Person, check and see the person you got own.
All right. Yes, indeed, folks. Yeah. Somebody asking if they give free eggs for Easter. I don't know. I don't know if any free egg pass. I think I don't know if free egg does still pass down. I don't know. I live in the south of the island. I didn't get any free egg the last time, and I don't know if free egg does be passing down the south of the island again. Or anywhere. I don't know if free eggs pass for Easter. I have no idea. I don't know if that was a one-off or if free eggs still passing. I don't know. Yes, indeed, folks. 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Let me say a special good night to my partner, Golden. Yeah. Mr. and Mrs. Cruikshank, I know you're locked in. Martin and your lovely wife, good night to both of you.
I would travel all over this world anyway I go. I bound to come back. This is Grenada, this land of my butt. When I take a look at the horizon, only dotishness out there I see. Hatred and evil in the hearts of men. Lack of manners, respect already gone. Shake it, Mitchell, boy. Samantha, no pemo kahele. Mizena ladina, mushe Mitchell, nam nakatu yevna. Shake it, Mitchell, boy.
And we've got a caller online. Good night. Hello.
Sharon, good night.
Hi, good night. How are you doing? How are you?
I'm good.
All right.
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm quite fine myself.
Oh.
Yes, you go right ahead.
Nice to hear that. I have an answer for Miss Kami.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Kami, they cannot say nothing because it's shame. Who don't complain against, they complain against themselves. Can't complain about nothing because it's shame. Because they are beating the chest and calling yellow. They can't say nothing about yellow again because they miss yellow for itself. They don't take that and keep quiet. You hear the song say, take her and keep quiet, I them. They don't keep quiet, they can't say nothing. Because it's shame.
But
it's shame. They only talking about themselves, they're going to be hypocrites.
But let me tell you something though. Over the past 4 days or so, I've seen 2 people who were on the platform, hot for the NDC out there, talking out their guts on social media, who calling out the NDC because they just can't take it again. One of them came out blatantly and they said there is no way NDC will ever get the vote again. You understand?
But that's good news. Yes, that's good news.
I've seen another individual sent out. I saw a voice note going around this morning, pointing to different things of the realities of what is going on in the country right now. And I'm telling you, it's very interesting to see some of the voices that are coming out there and speaking about the reality of what is going on in Grenada. And again, you're going to be hearing Dr. Mitchell doing the same on Thursday. So I hope you'll be tuning in.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that. But Sheldon, this we are with Grenada. Ask Deacon Mitchell the reason for giving up the Minister of Finance portfolio. I want to know what is the reason for giving up that whatever others call it.
The ministry, the portfolio. The portfolio.
Yeah, that ministry. Yeah, that ministry.
So
why you give it up?
When you hold a pot on the hot, what does do? Hold on to the pot still?
Throw it on.
All right. Okay.
Throw it on.
The pot too hot. The pot too hot.
Oh God. When you ball in silence, let me tell you, people have to open their eyes and see that. They can already give up the country. Give up the country. You just say it yet. But if you want sense, everybody who has sense could see that. He give up the country. And let me tell you, that man you see he put there now. I don't know the name. I want to know the name either. That man. All of them is cartoon. Because you know what? All of them know what going on. All of them like Papi Show. Papi Show, these are going on there. That's like when he travel, give everybody the Prime Minister ship. Cartoon characters are inside there. Cartoon Network. That one going on inside there. Nothing is stable inside. Everybody getting a feel of the thing. Papi Show. And that one going on, they bring Grenada politics into Cartoon Network. I'm sure if you go on that, they go see the car and you see all them there. You know? Yeah, Grenada have a Cartoon Network show. The NDC Cartoon Network. See them on Facebook dancing and making stupidness with themselves, laughing at us. But they're laughing at me because I didn't vote for them. I will never vote for them. So they're laughing at me. That's not them what a fool. All them what a fool to vote for them. They're laughing at them now. They can't laugh at me. Because I will never vote for NDC. Even if I die, not NDC. Yeah.
All right, my dear.
You see, That politics is Cartoon Network. Go and watch them on Cartoon Network. You go see Deacon. Papa and all name.
All right, my dear.
Good night,
You enjoy the rest of your night. All right.
Yeah, good night.
And I think we have another call on the WhatsApp. Hello, good night.
Good night, Sheldon. Sheldon, good night. How are you?
Hey, I'm quite fine. How are you doing?
I reach late.
Well, I understand why. I know where you come out.
Yeah. Not long to go. But regarding that voice note, it is, I mean, for many people who may not know, but for I know him from a distance regarding, and what he shared today on that voice note was, man, it's not easy words, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to swallow. Yeah, it is not. That's why I mean, and the person is well trained journalist is not an ordinary person, yeah. It is not an ordinary person saying these things, yeah. It is somebody who actually know of what he's saying, what he's seen, and what he's saying is it's really brave to say what it is. And I wish if you could get people like him to come and do a show with you, that will be a bumper show. Yeah, I know. No, honestly,
you're looking for trouble, eh?
No. No, well, I mean,
Papa.
I've been around, Sheldon, I know the gentleman. I know, like even we good old friend Andrew Donald. I mean, these are people who have known, have been wrong. There are many other journalists who have grown up listening to a child, like a child. And when people like this caliber come and make those kind of statements, tell yourself where this is coming from. Mm-hmm. This is not just easy word. These are people who cook and bake in this job, yeah.
Yeah.
You understand? This is, I mean, people. If I could just call one name. When people like Mr. Jerry Romaine speak, this is a person you respect where journalism is concerned, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is
actually
not
I started training in the media with Mr. Jerry Romaine.
Yes,
Jerry Romaine.
The one of the
Jerry Romaine. You had the guy who was in charge of the GOD party there, Justin Crow McBurney, Hamlet Mark. A few of them I did a training course way back in 1996 with all of them.
Yes, these are people. These are people you're talking of, yeah? These are people you're talking of. I mean, the last time I listened to Mr. Romaine and Mr. Lou Smith, I think their family, describing, I think that the stadium was taken down for rebuilding, and they was in Tantin describing the Independence Day, and I telling you, what they were saying, I telling you, tears came out of my eyes in the sense that where would you get this kind of quality journalism in Grenada today? Mm-hmm. And that was way back when, yeah? Because they were saying things that you could, listen and learn from. And today we're not seeing those things and not hearing those things,
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, my friend. You enjoy your rest of your night. All right, blessings.
You too. Great.
Yes, indeed. 440. I think somebody was trying to reach us on the WhatsApp day. You know me again. I'll call back people here if you're trying to call us. I think let me see if I could get that person. Yeah, when they trying to call us on the WhatsApp, we giving you the opportunity. We calling you back. Yeah. Yes, and for those of you that want to call directly, let me just make sure I clear it. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get through either on the WhatsApp or directly. And for those of you on the international line, so I think we've got back that caller who was attempting to call.
Night.
Hi, good night. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right, you're live. Go right ahead.
I'm trying to get Miss Cammy.
Okay, you want to get through to Miss Cammy?
Yes, I have something for her, but my girlfriend would have dropped it tomorrow. Mm-hmm. But I guess she's not on where she usually be. So I'm trying to get her.
Well, what I will do is I will message you a contact for her. Okay?
Yes, please do.
So I'll do that.
Tell her well, she may be listening, Miss Cammy, your girlfriend from Miami.
All right.
I love you so much, so much. So I'm just trying to get with you.
All right.
so my girl could drop something for you.
All right. I'll make sure and get
Okay?
the number to you as soon as the program is over.
Please and thanks.
All right. No problem, my dear. All
All
right.
right. Thank you.
Blessings. Bye-bye.
All right.
Yes, indeed. And let me see. Yes, I think we have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Hi, good night.
Hello?
Yes, caller, you're alive. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I want to talk to Sheldon.
He's here and you are live.
Okay. First time calling Sheldon.
Well, thank you so
Yes.
very much. And we hope to hear you again after tonight.
I heard, okay, I heard the government, the Prime Minister say building a new hospital.
Yeah.
But tell him I have an idea for him.
Mm-hmm.
The hospital he want to build, either he put it in Sotes or Guave. Because I don't have no hospital up there. Instead of building a new hospital down here, that is a better place to put hospital.
Well, what I could say is that they now have a facility in Guave. If they move forward to outfit it as a plan for outfitting it was, then you would have a facility there that people don't necessarily need to come down to town for certain things. Unless it's a major thing, then they would have to come down to town because the New National Party did complete the facility in St. John before leaving office. So there's a facility there they could focus on developing it more, expanding it, putting more services there, adding rooms or whatever, they can do that. So I agree with you, yeah. It would lessen the strain on what is taking place in town. So you're absolutely correct. Even Sates, yeah, a proper facility, a mini hospital in Sates, that people don't necessarily have to leave Sates and come down to town. So I agree with you.
What are you doing with the new hospital we just built?
Well, but as he's saying, I was showing the plans earlier, telling you what they intend to do with that area. Yeah.
And come down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is a better idea for him.
Yes, caller. So, well, I'd like to thank you so very much for your call, caller.
Okay, well, take it light.
All right. You do enjoy the rest of your night, though.
Okay, bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Yes, and I tend to agree with the caller. Yeah, you could do, instead of a massive, you can lessen the strain on the existing one by developing the one in St. John that's there to the point of where, unless it's something really major, then the person has to come down to town. Other than that, they can receive certain things at the facility there in St. John. And if you want to do one in Sates, that is the same situation, yeah, right? But I really don't know. We have a call online. Good night.
Sheldon, sorry about that, and I know I might get fed up with me. But the last caller that speak there, he forgot to call Mr. Stanley as a journalist. He called Jerry Romain, he called Lou Smith, he called Andre Donald, and he don't even speak about Mr.
No, but he did speak about.
Stanley.
No, he did.
That's a good journalist.
No, but
none of them. You don't call him a name, he forget.
No, Kiami.
Have a good night.
All right, good. Yeah, you see, I wasn't listening. He did speak about Mr. Stanley. That's who he was speaking about when he said he heard the voice note. It is Mr. Stanley Charles he was speaking about. When he even said that I could bring the gentleman onto the program, it is Mr. Stanley Charles he was speaking about. So, yeah, he did speak about Mr. Stanley Charles. All right. Yeah, 440-7377. That's the number for you to get onto the inside. We roughly have about 10 minutes remaining. And let me ask this question of the government. Journalists, when they get the opportunity, ask them, please. What is the situation with the payments to the creditors of the people that are owed by the Marketing and National Importing Board? We heard, about 2 weeks ago, we heard about haircut. I have made it clear my personal position in relation to this. My position remains that if you're speaking about small creditors, people that are owed small amounts of money, that they should not be asked under any circumstances in the present economy of Grenada in 2023, when you're dancing Macarena in the middle of town without bouncing into anybody, that you should not be asking these poor people to give up half of the money that they are owed. The multi-million-dollar people and them, you're asking them to take a haircut. You might ask them for 50. They might say, no, we ain't willing to take 50, but we'll take 20%, we'll take 25%, we'll take a 30% haircut. Right? You could speak to them about that. Poor people need their money. The farmers need their money. The agro-processors need their money. And they are not hearing anything in relation to that. You're coming up on your first bi-monthly payment in a couple days. I fully expect the government to make the bi-monthly payment. You know, I don't foresee a reason why they ought not to be able to make the bi-monthly payment. If all you get paid, let me know when the time come. Because there are people, you know, who are having problems getting their money. All right? But I fully expect that people would get their money. I think they would pull out every stop and do everything possible to ensure that people get paid on Friday. If they are able to continue that so that people could always get their money on time, that is another story. But remember, they are the ones that say they would never pay late and that. We saw what happened with that. But they are the ones that say they would never pay late. They are also the ones that say all workers would be made permanent. You waiting to hear
employment. And then this government will put an end to contract workers in the public service as soon as it takes office. There is no need for
So maybe they didn't take office yet. Let me hear that first part again. Yeah, because maybe they didn't take office yet. But remember, the individual who's speaking there is now the Minister of Finances. So let me hope that he find the money to you. Understand? Yeah. Let me hear what he's saying there again.
Employment. And then this government will put an end to contract workers in the public service as soon as it takes office. There is no need for a parallel public service in Grenada. All workers will be given permanent status. This will allow these workers to enjoy the same benefits that a current public servant now enjoy. We will also ensure that all workers benefit from pension and gratuity once and for all.
Yeah, remember they said, all workers, no contract workers, Yeah. So remember, you had where the Prime Minister was saying that he will sell Grenlec in 6 to 12 months, they will get it right. So we are on month number 10 now, Yeah, we into the 10th month, Capital is May, June, you understand? Right. We in April, May, June. And they say this will sell Grenlec in 6 to 12 months. They will complete that. Yeah? So we waiting to hear what's going on there. And then people supposed to be made permanent. So
Good night,
waiting to hear that.
Sheldon.
Hi, good night. How are you?
All right.
Okay.
With all this that going on, we haven't heard from Mr. Tillman Thomas and neither Mr. Nazin Book. I want to know if they're behind closed door, if they're behind the scene. Because we're not hearing anything about them. We're not hearing anything from them.
But
I guess they're behind the scene.
You really want to hear from two of them?
Okay, all right.
Asking, you really want to hear from two of them?
But I want to hear what they have to say. I want to hear if they should be coming out and say something. Because they was there and it didn't bad like in their time. Neither Nazim Bok. Right? They say Nazim Bok the bad, but he didn't bad. Them that bad now.
All right, but I ain't too sure I want to hear from them. As far as I'm concerned, them two hypocrites can stay quiet. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Yeah, remember, this is I wonder if Mr. Dennis Cornwall could make sure that...
Don't worry your head too much about empty treasury. We, in the NDC, we have the exposure. We have had the exposure. Good? And we know what to do to find money, to look after the needs of our people. And as I have the mic, let me say, as we go around the country and we speak to our people, that's a topic that they always say to us, we go pay salary late and we don't know how to run a country. Tell them that we say we know how to run a country and tell them that we wouldn't pay salary late. All right? Tell them that affirmatively. We're not going to pay salary late and we know how to run a country.
Yeah, I think he forget an I in the word run. They know how to ruin a country. Maybe his spelling was not actually where it's supposed to be. So he probably really wanted to say we know how to ruin a country. All right? Because I think the Imani trainees, all of you that are Imani, yeah, they promised not to fire you all, and they promised that you all would be made permanent. And that is supposed to take place within the first year. So they have 2 months to make all of you permanent. Okay? Right. So they have to make all of you permanent. They say they wouldn't pay late, so let's see what's happening. Some people expect everybody in the public service expect to get a salary on the 15th and the end of the month. So the middle of the month and the end of the month, right? So the 15th or the 30th, or whether it's the 31st or the 28th or the whatever, yeah, you expect to get your money in them place there or the closest Friday to that. Nice, you're going to get your money and them kind of thing. So you're hearing him, Mr. Lennox Andrew say they ain't go pay late. And then remember, I played for you just a minute ago, Mr. Dennis Cornwall, now the Minister of Finance. Remember what he said, yeah.
Employment. An NDC government will put an end to contract workers in the public service as soon as it takes office. There is no need for a parallel public service in Grenada. All workers will be given permanent status. This will allow these workers to enjoy the same benefits that a current public servant now enjoy. We will also ensure that all workers benefit from pension and gratuity
So don't worry your head
once
too
and
much
for all.
about empty treasury. We in the NDC, we have the exposure. We have had the exposure. Good? And we know what to do to find money, to look after the needs of our people.
Yeah, they know what to do to find money to see after the needs of the people. But I find police asking for a little more on the, the negotiations there. The pay and grade issue is up for, the Getty Ernst and Young report now. It looking nice, you understand? Police officers asking, what going on? What happening? You understand? Yeah. You have police officers who have been in acting positions and have had, instead of continuing to receive the acting allowance, was removed since September of last year. And disrespectfully, up to now, no reason has been given to those police officers as to why the acting allowance was withdrawn. Yeah? But remember, they say they know where to find money. They know where to find it. Yeah? Don't try to use the Fiscal Responsibility Act, because even if you give a percentage or two more on what you're giving right now, even up to about, in my mind, 7%, even if you give up to that amount, you're still not going to be in breach of the Fiscal Responsibility Act, and you're still going to be able to handle that if the economy is doing as good as you claim it is, and if you're bringing in all the money that you claim to be bringing in, right, then the economy is supposed to be able to sustain that. And they're giving the impression now that there's going to be this big bubbling in the economy. You know what's going to bubble the economy on Friday? Steve Duncan show on the weekend. That is when they're going to have the economy bubbling. That is what we'll have some people coming in town to try and get a little outfit and try and get a little this and a little that. Those that have the wherewithal to be able to do that. Because what I've seen is that over yesterday and over the last few days, I've noticed that quite a few Grenadians who reside usually overseas are back home. Yeah. So they came in over the Easter weekend and they're hanging around for the show on the weekend as well. So they had the place bubbling a little bit. But folks, when we talk about bubbling, it's time for me to bubble out of here. That's all the time we have for Talking Points today. It is now 10 p.m. in the state of Grenada. At least at the point in time I tell you, there's some will go get a minute later. So it's now 10 p.m. I am out of here, and everything you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you and not about you. And remember, we ain't taking no 6 for no 9. Okay, we had to fix that kind of thing. We not taking no 6 for 9 again. After 9 months, you see that lady nearly killed me last week, Lord God. Folks, love each and every one of you. Remember the interview that is taking place on Thursday from 8 p.m. You all have to tell your friends, tell your family, even tell your enemy. Talk loud. If you're not talking to the neighbor, just talk loud near to them so they go hear it. You understand? If you're down in a particular area, you have to raise the volume a little bit so they go hear it. You understand? So even if you ain't talking to the neighbor, you have to go close to the fence and you have to say, well, yes, I wonder where Dr. Mitchell come in and say on Thursday at 8 p.m. Yeah. And we could hear him on Talking Points or on the Facebook page. Yeah. And we could listen 91.9, 91.5. And if we could, I wonder if my cousin up in Brooklyn knows she could listen on 94.9. Yeah. And I wonder if them in Carriacou know they could listen on 92.9. Yeah. Or they could go and check Talking Points page on YouTube and so on. You have to talk loud. Just say it. You ain't telling the neighbor. You and them ain't talking. You're just talking loud, but they're getting the information. You have to understand how you're doing things. Folks, as I said, that's all the time. I am out.
No 619 for me. No 619. If me granny says she don't see that the child have nothing for me. No 619 for me. I ain't no bobo. That you had been around to try this stroke and some other man. I ain't taking it. You know I ain't taking it. Maybe you don't know who else to blame, but why you trying to give me the blame? I ain't taking it. You know I ain't taking it. Girl, you make your beauty turn you around. Oh gosh, used to be fly girl in the tongue. Whoa. I hear every dance used to get. Where the hell are those guys today? I say, no 619 for me. I ain't no bobo. No 619 for me. That them not my damn. He have a long nose like inspector, and a bent foot just like scholar. No 619 for me. No 619. I hear he shot like Peter Humphrey, and have a broad built just like Squeezy. No 619 for me. Is yours, we know it's true, so you give it to who you want to. I ain't taking it, you know I ain't taking it. No, it's too late, the damage done, the dandadas, they can be found. I ain't taking it, you know I ain't taking it. I'm sorry.